production-wise, in the limitation that we have, and cute, simple, and effective. And the way you translate it into the script is very good, very visual. Maybe I don't know if you need 6 extras. You could also have one extra with the old. I think it would be more. It would be more interesting maybe to have an old lady who's basically the keeper of the library that shuts them off at the beginning rather than I don't know some other young people there. But this is your call. This is just a suggestion I say in terms of story editing. It will make a stronger visual conflict with them. Everything works well. I think I have a few things that I agree with. I agree with Tanya about. First of all, and most important, this thing of her being Muslim. I'm not a fan of politically correctness, so don't take me in that sense. Actually, I think political correctness many times is a disgrace rather than a real tool to integrate and to know each other better in terms of difference of cultures or backgrounds or whatever you want. But the fact is that here, this fact that she's Muslim does look a bit preposterous, does look a bit of a cliche, and I don't see why, most of all, if the family is reactionary and conservative, why would they let her go unveiled to the library or veiled to the library? Maybe they would. I don't know about this, but for me, it's a bit. I'm not convinced. I think you see. I think this could work. Say that you have a boyfriend waiting for her instead of the Muslim family. I mean, you would still deliver your story, which is basically what there is something that is an obstacle to this potential love story between the two. But any kind of obstacle, it doesn't have to be the Muslim family that it's high risk that it becomes a cliche. It could be a boyfriend waiting for her, or a girlfriend, I don't know, whatever, or something else that you will tell us. But a Muslim family like that, I find it dangerous for many reasons. Reasons of getting into a stereotype, reason of offending other cultures. It's not true that Muslims don't study; they study. I mean, let's not go there. It's a bit like a very detailed discussion. Um, so I would really consider that. I said that another boyfriend could be anything. But if you have to make, if you really want this Muslim family, you have to be aware of the risk, and you have to try hard to avoid the cliche. At this stage, it sounds a bit of a stereotype. It sounds a bit of a cliche. Uh, but again, it's your choice in the end. Huh? These I don't think it's a structural problem. I don't think it's a flaw. I don't think it's something that is not making up work your script. I just think it's something that I don't know. It could be dangerous. It could be misinterpreted. It could be misunderstood, and it doesn't really add anything to the story. No, the really funny part is the interaction between the two. Here, there are things that I like. Oh, speaking of which, as Tanya wrote, I have to say something else. If she's Muslim, if you want to really go that way, she can't be called Juliet. She will be called Fatima. You know, there are many Muslim poetries about love. So there you have to look. Fatima could be in a name, but you have to change her name. That's for sure. Um, the interaction with the books is very funny and very cinematographic. The way you wrote it, I could really see it while reading. This is a great asset of script. I really must say that. Very much written to be shot. Very much written in cinematographic terms and style. Cinematographic grammar. Even if you don't specify what the camera movement is, I feel it as a cinematographer. I read it. I'm already seeing the style that is in there, the vision that is in there. I can visualize it very easily. It's not hard, and that's a great asset I think for a script. Anyways, I think you can work better on the titles. you have time to do that because you're very much at a later stage. I think you have to work on the ending and the choice of the titles, and now you construct this building. I have the feeling that Julie is a bit too passive in the interaction. He's running all the show, and she's just, I don't know, there. I think you should make her a bit more interactive with him. Maybe she's being, I don't know, find a way to make her less passive and more active into this kind of courting relationship. Uh, some of the titles can be better. You can work on that. And again, I said it. You have the time. I like very much the part with Dostoevsky. The idiot. It's funny. That is a good part. Other parts I think are not up to the level. So it's a matter of polishing. But you're definitely on the right path. So think about this. Think about the choice of the books. Think about whether you want to have like an old woman or an old man instead of the six extras in the at the beginning of the film. Think about how to make Julie a bit more interactive in the skirting, and most of all, think about the ending. Whether you really want this Muslim family there or you want to find something different. Okay, that's it. But well done, very well done, and yeah, keep it up with the good work. Finally, I'll go to Claudia.